Hey guys, Bird Yugioh here. So today, coming at you with the most consistent, yet the most budget Nekroz deck that you can play right now with Unicore now unlimited. This deck becomes, again, like I said, very consistent, very powerful with Unicore back at 3. So we will get right into this one. Make sure you guys are subscribed because I do have all of the budget decks that I mentioned in my top 10 budget decks for this format. All of those deck profiles are coming up. So yeah, make sure you don't miss any of those. Starting off with the newly unlimited Nekroz of Unicore. Really good card. Basically, while this is on the field, you'll negate the effects of face-up monsters that were special summoned from the extra deck. So just really good. For some decks, you can kind of just sit on this, and they won't be able to do much. Without the effects from their monsters from the extra deck, they won't be able to do much. So this card is really good. You could also discard it and target a Nekroz card in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So 2 really good effects. Really amazing card. It's a level 4 as well, so you can even use it to go into some rank 4 XCs if you feel the need to do that. So then we're playing 3 Brionac. He's your way of searching any Nekroz monster from your deck. You just discard this, add a Nekroz monster from your deck to your hand. Simple as that. Really good. He also has a really good on the field effect for when your opponent has some monsters that they special summoned from the extra deck. You can target up to 2 face-up monsters that were special summoned and shuffle them into the deck. So he is, again, very good. Very easy to get out as well. We also play 2 Trishula. This is your best going second card to just kind of mess with the board, get rid of problem cards. Because when it's ritual summoned, you can banish a card from your opponent's hand, field, and graveyard. So that is very good. So obviously it's only going second because they need a card on the field. But then also, when a card or effect is activated while this card is in your hand, you can discard this and negate the activation of a card, that targets a Nekroz monster you control. So really good protection. If your opponent is trying to get rid of your Unicore by targeting it, you can just use Trishula. Like say Altergeist are trying to target to return Unicore to the hand. You can just negate that with Trishula. So really nice protection there. We also played 2 Valkyris. He's a really nice beater. He's got 2900 attack. But he's got a couple of really good effects too. When he's on the field, during the main phase, you can tribute up to 2 monsters from your hand or field, and then you'll draw the same number of cards that you tributed. So most of the time it's going to be 2. Really nice draw power. Also, when your opponent's monster declares an attack, you could banish a Nekroz card from your graveyard, discard this card, you'll negate the attack, and end the battle phase. So again, just really good protection for kind of just helping you sit on that Unicore for even longer. And the following turn, probably just end it. And then the last of the ritual Nekroz monsters we play is 2 Colossalis. Easily searchable by Brionac, so you only need to play 2. But you can discard this card and add a Nekroz spell and trap from your deck to your hand. It's just going to be your ritual spells, basically. But during either player's turn, while this card is on the field, usually in defense position, you can target a monster that was special summoned from the extra deck. Till the end of the turn, that target's attack becomes 0, and you negate its effects. So that is really good for just, interrupting your opponent when they're trying to get some important effects off. And then the last Nekroz monster we play 2 Shurit. So this card becomes even better if you have it in hand and you're able to get a Valkyris effect off, because if this card is tributed in any way, so you can use it to ritual summon, or if it's tributed off of Valkyris, you can add a warrior type Nekroz ritual monster from your deck to your hand. So that's Colossalis, Brionac, or Trishula. You can search any of those off of him. And also, when you ritual summon exactly 1 Nekroz ritual monster, you can use this card for the entire tribute requirement. So that is pretty good as well for even some of these higher level ones. You can use him. And they were also playing, I'm just going with, again, the most consistent version of this. And the incantations are just so good for that. Your opponent can only activate so many Ash Blossoms. Once per turn is all they get. So you're searching so much with this deck. So more than likely, that one search that they're negating is not really going to affect you because you have so many ways of just searching cards and getting effects off that allow you to search. And Chalice Lime is one of them. This card is very good. You can reveal this from your hand, discard a card, and then you can special summon an incantation from your deck. And then all of the incantations have a cool effect when they're special summoned from the deck. Talismandra is one of them. When that's special summoned from the deck, you can add a ritual monster from your deck to your hand. Also, when this card's in your hand, you can reveal a ritual monster, and then you can special summon this and another incantation from your deck. And then we also play 2, so he's a level 6 as well, which does come up for ritual summoning. Same with Candal, level 4, really, really nice for summoning out a Yugioh. But this one, you reveal a ritual spell in your hand, and then you can special summon this and an incantation from your deck. If he's special summoned from the deck, you'll be able to add a ritual spell from your deck to your hand. So again, just really nice searches. Pensaplume, same kind of thing. You're going to reveal a ritual monster from your hand and special summon this and a ritual and an incantation from your deck. If this is special summoned from the deck, you'll be able to target a ritual monster in your graveyard and add that to your hand. So Nekroz cards just inherently are able to get themselves to the graveyard very easily. So this card becomes better than, say, Bookstone. I'll explain that in a minute. And also this card is level 3, which comes up again for ritual summoning. Bookstone, just one of it. Again, the level is a level 5, not very favorable for any ritual summoning. And then when this one is special summoned from the deck, you'll be able to target a ritual spell in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So it still that effect does come up. Obviously, you will have ritual spells in your grave, but not as easily as you will your ritual monsters. So Pensaplume is a little better than Bookstone, but they're all good. All the incantations just really help you, extend your plays and be able to just ritual summon and get more monsters on the board. That's basically why they're here. They're very consistent, very budget friendly, and also, along with these, I really, really like playing Zaborg. This deck, in general, basically just does not like your opponent to do anything with their extra deck, and Zaborg is no different. Usually you're going to have like 2 incantations on board, and then you contribute them to summon out your Zaborg. And then you contribute himself to then both players. So when you target one monster on the field, destroy it. If it was a light monster, so you usually do himself, both players send as many cards as possible from their extra deck to the graveyard. So it'd be 8. And then if you attributed a light monster, which, like I said, you're normally going to do himself, you can then choose the cards your opponent sends. So you'll be able to send your 8, and then you choose what 8 your opponent sends to the graveyard. Really, really nice effect. Again, you can hit some of those important cards that your opponent needs for their combos. I sold for warrior decks, needle fiber for every single deck out there. So yeah, he is very, very nice. And then another really good normal summon, other than Zaborg, is going to be Manju. It's a level 4, so with Yugioh, you can go into some like rank 4 XCs, which is really nice. But also when this card is normal summoned, you'll just be able to add a ritual monster or ritual spell from your deck to your hand. So again, just more searching, more Ash Blossom bait. So that is it for the monsters. Again, we're going as consistent as we can. We're not doing any of these crazy, deskbot combos that are just, in my opinion, any hand trap, any one hand trap, pick a hand trap, and it's going to affect that whole combo of the whole deskbot thing. And I feel like it just wastes your normal summon. You're having to normal summon that deskbot 3, and again, if anything happens to it, Ash Blossom, Effect Veiler, whatever, your combo ends with a deskbot on the board. It's you want your normal summon to be something that's searching, in my opinion, for especially a deck like this, or the Zaborg. That's just right off the bat, with this card alone, you're decimating over half of your opponent's extra deck. So that's what for a ritual deck like this, that's what I want my normal summons to be, not necessarily, a one card combo that's very easily interrupted. So that's just my opinion, but I know it's super powerful if you can get it off. But we also are playing for the spells, 2 Kaleidoscope. I love this card. It's really, really good now to send, Herald of the Arclight to then summon out your Unicorn. That happens a lot. And you're not only getting your Unicorn on board, you're also getting a really nice search of a ritual monster or ritual spell. So really, really nice. Nekroz Mirror. It allows you to banish Nekroz monsters from your graveyard or use them from your hand or field to ritual summon. So that card is very nice. And then Nekroz Cycle allows you to summon ritual summon from the graveyard. So monsters that are in the graveyard, you can ritual summon them out. So that is a really nice one as well. They all do different things, but they're all very good. I like them at 2/2/2. I think that's perfect. The last ritual we play is Inception. You can use it to summon out your Chalice Slime, but most of the time, if this card is in your graveyard, you can send an incantation from your hand or face up on the field of the graveyard, and then special summon an incantation from your deck. And then you'll be able to add this from your graveyard to your hand. So pretty cool effect there. Just again, getting more advantage by summoning out that incantation from your deck and just getting a search. And then the most obvious choice for a ritual deck, Preparation of Rites. You just add a level 7 or lower ritual monster from your deck to your hand. Then you can add a ritual spell from your graveyard to your hand. So this card is really good, not once per turn. You want to see as many of these as you can in your hand, so definitely play 3. And then last card, Reinforcement of the Army. It's your way of searching Shurit and Colossalis. So really good. Just one of those. And we're playing 40. Again, consistency with this deck is the way to go. For the extra deck, playing 3 Herald. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you'll be able to add a ritual monster or ritual spell. So we'll be able to use this with Zaborg, but you send this to the grave. You can, use Kaleidoscope to send this for Unicorn. Really good. And we also play 2 Elder Entity. When this is sent to the graveyard, you can just target a card on the field and destroy it. So again, go in second. If you make that Zaborg, send this. You're going to be able to destroy a card in the field. We also play Totally Awesome, another target for Zaborg to send. Because when this is sent to the graveyard, you can target a water monster in your graveyard, which is all your Nekroz monsters, and add it to your hand. And then Omega, if this card is in your graveyard, you could target one other card in the graveyard, shuffle that card and this card from the graveyard into the deck. So, sometimes that'll be, you'll want to recycle a Herald back so you can use it again. But yeah, those are kind of the targets for Zaborg that we want to use. Then Kaleidoscope targets, I have a level 3, just any level 3, Fusion, Synchro, whatever you want to do. A level 6, a level 10, an 11, and a 12. And that should pretty much be all you need. You obviously have your 4 here, and 8 with Omega if needed. But usually I find it's these ones that you're going to be needing. And obviously Herald as well. And then since now we can, with Unicorn at 3, we can even more easily go into rank 4s. Playing Exciton, blow up the board, really nice. Tornado Dragon, getting rid of spells and traps during either player's turn. And then Abyss Dweller for shutting off the graveyard, basically. And you're usually going to have a water monster attached to this, like with a Unicorn or whatever. And so this will gain 500 attack. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, that is the deck, guys. Again, we went really nice budget for this, and just consistency and the Zaborg obviously is what we went with. So I did, for my previous version, cut Vanity's Ruler and the Cyber Angel, and some of the other Nekroz ritual monsters. I just felt, again, kind of get out some of the fluff and some of the some of the cool stuff, but going just for consistency, basically. Again, I keep saying that word, but that's what this deck does. It searches everything. It's just really good at what it does. So again, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.